Get things rocking. You guys hear me? How's that? There we go. That's much better. Aloha, Lost in Paradise. How are you today? Well, let's get this show on the road. Ladies, gentlemen, pronouns, let me your ears. Unfortunately, we got a sad one today. This is just going to be a short stream. I want to talk about this person who's basically affected the chat in my live streams. I have to set it up this way here so that it's probably just my camera is a little bit foggy. This person has been hounding me for over a month now, trying to associate me with his criminal friends. He has gone as far as impersonating me, using my picture to go out and perform all his illegal activities. I've complained to YouTube about his impersonation practices, and he stepped it up and tried to go to Amazon and put in a false report on a review on my books. Well, Amazon has a zero tolerance policy for false reviews, and it got shut down right away because Amazon reads the books before they get published on their site to make sure that they comply with the guidelines of Amazon's their content. And they lied about everything that they said was in my book. So Amazon said that's not in there, so you're out. They continually go from site to site to site to site, uploading all kinds of nasty shit that they make, and use my name and my picture as a form of saying this is the person that's doing it. Unless you if you see something like that, come talk to me. I'm not afraid to tell you if it was me or not. But I'll tell you right now, these deep fake images and stuff like that, that is not me. That is not me whatsoever. Not in one iota. I've had to put all kinds of flags and impersonation posts and channel knockdowns on all kinds of channels. So if you see this kind of activity, don't be afraid to flag it, saying that hey, that's not the person that you think it is. Flag it and report it. And the more YouTube has to deal with this kind of situation, I believe the more chances are that they are going to the more chances that they are going to the more chances that they're going to basically put an IP block on this person. Thank you very much, Ding. This is only going to be a short live stream. I'm dealing with a whole bunch of stuff right now, and I really need to get some other stuff done. I wish I didn't have to put this on subscriber chat only. It's free to watch, but you have to be a subscriber for a length of time before you can actually chat. And slow mode is on, so this way here, if people like that, whatever his name is, decide to try and infiltrate the chat, I can get rid of them quicker. And I have no problems with somebody. If my moderators are the people who had the blue name, I have no problems if somebody comes in, starts rambling on about dumb shit like that. I have no problems with you hiding them from my channel. None whatsoever. We work together to try and keep this community as positive and upbeat as possible. Hello, Not Your Business. How are you doing, hon? Yeah, like I said, I just need to find some avenues where I can cost effectively knock this person down a peg or two and expose them for who they are and get some solace and some ending out of this. So I may need some help with from some of my more computer savvy friends to go further with this. Other than that, last week's Daytona 500, what a show that was. Gordon Freeman, how are you doing? Good to see you in 2 weeks. These criminals will eat their humble pie. Yeah, I hope so too. I hope YouTube puts a IP ban on them. And I hope that actually YouTube talks to their ISP and has them shut down completely. Because they've gone to X or Twitter, and they've basically said that my books are a fund me page for defense fees for criminals. And I'm like, that's not me. It was William Byron that won the Daytona 500. Hendricks Motorsports. I've always been a Hendricks Motorsports fan since like back in the 80s, like mid to late 80s. They've been attacking my friends on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. They've been going all through Reddit. They've been going through all the social media platforms. The guy's basically just a fucking terrorist. He's just using the internet to hide behind his fucking keyboard. And he's really not a really good terrorist because he's still alive. So, only the good ones are dead. They follow through with the objective. But let's get off that topic. It was good to see Juan Pablo, or not Juan Pablo. It was good to see Daniel Suarez win at Atlanta. Oh man, that was awesome. That margin of victory was like this much. 3 more coats of paint, and Ryan Blaney would have won the race. It was that close. 3 coats of paint. Yeah, it was a great race. It was hectic. It was a lot of crashes. There was a lot of cars that got damaged. There was more cars damaged than there was not damaged. I think at the end of the race there was 4 or 5 cars that weren't involved in any wrecks. So, and that's not why I watched that's not why I watch NASCAR. I watch NASCAR for the technicality of the sport and the technicality of how the car can manipulate the track and the strength to drive, the athleticism of the driver to manipulate the car around the track at the high rate of speeds that they do, plus the athleticism of the pit crew to be able to put four tires, make changes, and 2 cans of fuel in that thing in 13 seconds. That's phenomenal. That's phenomenal stuff. That's why I like NASCAR. It takes a great deal of athleticism by more than one person. And to see Daniel Suarez, who's basically, like he's been in the sport for a few years, 4 or 5 years now. And to see him actually, like have good equipment and get the job done. That is awesome. And then he gives all the credit to the team, the people in the shop, the sponsors and everything. It's great to see that. It's great to see what they call star of the show, pour the love of the fans onto the people that made the car perform the way it did for the day it did. Oh yeah, the noise is fantastic. I went to Michigan International Speedway back in 1996 and saw my one and only live NASCAR event, and the thunder of those cars is just fantastic. And when they go around the track, and when they come around, like we were sitting in turns 1 and 2, and on lap 2, a car come up sliding up the track and spanked that wall so hard it blew up. And the ball of flame, like we were about 45 rows up, that ball of flame, you could feel the heat on it from where we were sitting. It was phenomenal. It was just phenomenal. Next week's race is going to be pretty interesting. Where's my list? Next week's race is Las Vegas. That's going to be fun. That's going to be a fun track. So place your bets. A lot of people ask me why I like NASCAR so much. It's just because of the athleticism, the cars, the aerodynamics, how the aerodynamics changes the handling of the car, the whole 9 yards. And, it's just one of those things, I've always been interested in cars. I've always had an affiliation with cars right from the time I was a little kid. Like when my parents were out looking for a car back in 1978, I saw a Monte Carlo, a brand new Monte Carlo. I was like, I want one of them. I want that car. I thought it was the cat's meow. Yeah, Days of Thunder. I would actually love to drive one of those NASCARs just for fun. Just give her a shot. Put the pedal down and let's have some fun. But in 1978, when I was 7 years old, I was like, I want to have one of them cars when I grow up. And after I got my driver's license, the very first car that I bought was a 1978 Buick LeSabre. It was a freaking land yacht. And just being a new driver, my parents were like, maybe this car is just a little bit too big for, a brand new driver. And then a couple weeks later, my dad said, hey, you'll never guess what I found. But I found a 1978 Monte Carlo, and I went over and I bought it right away. Boom. I just put the money down and I took the keys and the ownership of the car and had it towed over to my mom and dad's place. We worked on it, got the safety on it. Love NASCAR's history of cheating. Look up Smokey Yunick. Yeah, actually, my cousin bought Smokey Yunick's book that he wrote on, the proper way to build an engine. And because like my cousin, he's a millwright, engine builder kind of thing. And he built an engine. He built an engine for a gentleman that was at the dirt track, the local dirt track we have around here. And he built it for a modified car. That engine lasted that modified driver all year long, and he won a lot of races that year. And not only did it last the entire year, it lasted like 2 or 3 years after that. And he never had to change anything inside the engine because of the way that Smokey Yunick um, basically taught, you tighten that car up. You make those things, so that they're just barely moving. And you'll get the best compression, you'll get the best, horsepower, you'll get the best this. And my cousin did everything that there was in that book to build this engine. And that engine lasted quite a while. And it was cranking out 9 and 10,000 RPMs. It was amazing. Yeah, it was an amazing, reliable car, but it was also a land yacht. Like that thing was like almost a football field long. Yeah, we used to call those things was it yard ornaments, because like they would just take up so much space. But yeah, they're big old land yachts, 4 doors, everything was electric, everything everything was power this, power that, air conditioning. It had the whole 9 yards. It had a great big motor in it. It had great big tranny. It had 400 Turbomatic transmission, a great big rear end in it. Yeah, this thing here was a powerhouse. And yeah, it would have been a whole lot for a brand new driver to handle full time. But yeah, when my dad found that '78 Monte Carlo, man, I was in heaven. I literally was in heaven. I ended up buying it, and I put twin sunroofs in it. And after a while, I got going over to the States and stuff like that, because we only need to have our driver's license back then. Driver's license and your birth certificate. I'd go to the States for doing some Christmas shopping. This one time I was over in the States, and Ontario and Michigan, the colors are opposite. Okay. In Michigan, the plate is blue and the letters are white. In Ontario, the plate is white and the letters are blue. So when the police officers see a white plate, they pull it over. Doesn't matter how fast they're going, they just pull it over. So I was out doing some Christmas shopping, and all of a sudden this state troop, this Mustang, come flying by me like I was standing still. Like it was just, and I'm doing like maybe 2 miles an hour over the speed limit, because my speedometer is in kilometers, and in the States it's miles per hour. Hello, how you doing, George? Yeah, 1984. Yeah, that was a good LeSabre too. Yeah, is that when they had a 2-door for a little while for the LeSabre? Um, it say no to grifting. Yeah, there's another one of them sock accounts that guy has. He's got like 4,000 different sock accounts. Yeah, for a while the LeSabre had 2 doors, like a 2-door option, I believe. But yeah, like I get pulled over by the police, and I don't want to sound mean or anything like that, but this dude was huge, man. He was huge, and he was, African American, great guy. It was funny because I had my twin sunroofs out sitting in my back seat. As soon as he pulled me over, I just pull over and I stuck one hand up. Hey, Nadia. I just stuck one hand up out of each one of the holes after I put the car in park and shut the car off. And this state trooper come up to me, and he was just losing his ass laughing, because he apparently had never seen this before. He comes up and he knocks on my window, so I roll my window down. He goes, "What the hell are you doing?" I says, I says, I'm trying not to get shot. I said, because you guys have you guys have guns and you use them. I don't want you to use your guns. So he was sitting there laughing. He goes, "Do you have any idea why I pulled you over?" I was like, "Nope." I knew I pulled me over because the plates were reversed, like the plate colors were reversed. And he goes, "You were speeding." I was like, "How fast was I going?" He goes, "You were doing 2 miles an hour over the speed limit. So how fast was that Mustang going that blew by me?" And he's like, "Well, that doesn't matter. I pulled you over. You pulled me over because you couldn't catch him." But I ended up getting him. I ended up getting him laughing so hard that you be careful now. Yeah, I'm on my way home, man. See ya. So I was just over there doing some Christmas shopping. I even showed him what I bought my dad for Christmas, and he still got it to this day. It was a pewter 1955 Chevy 210 sedan, and it's a nice model of a car. And I ended up buying that in Gibraltar at the Gibraltar Trade Center. It was a really good deal, and you know, my dad still got it to this day. And I thought, wow, that was a long time ago. That was a really long time ago. But it's nice to see everybody here. It's nice to see people that are commenting. And I went through today. I got to be honest, I was feeling kind of down and out a little bit. And I went through today into the comment sections, and I was reading some of your comments. And let me tell you guys, reading some of your comments on the videos that I've created, and reading the interaction and the friendships that we've grown together, that really brightened my day. I really enjoy those. I really enjoy the communication back and forth with you, and that really brings joy to me. That brings a lot of joy to me. Reading your pleasant comments about my reactions and stuff like that. And I really want to just say thank you for all the all the great comments, and it basically they're there that I can be uplifted once again just by going back and rereading some of the comments. It just brightens my day. That's what keeps me positive, is reading the lovely comments that you people put in on the videos that I create. And I want to thank you all from the bottom of my heart. That really means a lot to me. Had a 97 LeSabre. Yeah. I had a 97 Chevy S10. Brand new. I bought it brand new. I ordered it from GM, and I ordered it late enough that when I got done picking all the things that I wanted, it was one of a kind on GM's computer. Like, there was no other ones like it. And so it was medium light blue metallic. It had the sport box. You see my comment under the Bon Jovi. Yeah, I saw that. Wow, that was. Did you see my reply to it? Like, at least your dad made her make it right. Like, that's harsh. Like, if I had kids, I don't think I could ever. I don't think I could ever pull myself together to do something like that. Like, yeah, yeah. Back in that, it was a 5-speed. Like, uh, near the end of my driving career, I would not drive an automatic. I absolutely hated driving automatics because I like to be in control of the car. I want to have more control of the car. Like, when I go around a turn, if I feel the tires are squeamish, then, or if I know the tires are going to be squeamish, I could drop a gear, get around the turn and get gone. So, it's just one of those things, like, it just, that more connection to the road made me feel like a more positively capable driver. So I always I taught myself how to drive stick. Um, all I had to do is just think of, like, okay, what has to get done? Well, the clutch has got to come out and the gas has got to go down, and you put it in gear, and make sure you put the clutch in before you switch gears and stuff. Yeah, manual transmission is actually a safer vehicle because you have more control of the vehicle. That is my honest opinion, and that's shared by a lot of people. Because you can disengage the drive wheels at any time just by pushing the clutch. Yep. What other cars did I own? I owned a Ford Probe for a little while. I had a Camaro for a little while. Clutch. We don't need no thinking clutch. Well, upshifting. No, I used to just because I once you get up to like a certain rev, and then you get that feeling, you just go whack, put it in from second to third, third to fourth, fourth to fifth. When you get that when you get that feeling, that one-on-one connection with the vehicle, and where your revs to sliding the gear into the next highest gear, yeah, that's downshifting. Yeah, you definitely need the clutch because you're going to be using that clutch to slow the car down just a touch. Yeah, don't forget, if you want to put your channel in the description or in the chat, all you have to do is just type in 949, and my Nightbot will drop your link for you. Yeah, clutch is the connection between the man and the machine. Yeah. Driving truck, totally different than driving just a little car or a little pickup. Yeah. I've never driven a transport. I've only ever ridden in one, short length. But yeah, I can imagine, like you sit there, you take off. It's like it's almost like the wheels are square. But yeah, I didn't want to. I don't want to be here like all night. I still got some other things that I want to get done. I just wanted to come out, say hello, reconnect with all the good people here. Tell you guys what's been going on. Tell you that as you can see by the stupidity that's happened in this chat by that person, those impersonation accounts are not me. They're using my image to do their bullshit. So if you see them, bugging people or whatever like that, just let them know that that's not the real Crazy Kid 949. I would never do that stuff. But yeah, anybody else got any other cars that they someday I come sing with you? Yeah, like I don't know how to run the karaoke thing like you do. I'll have to learn how to do that for you, or if you got to do that on your own end, I don't know. But yeah, one of these days, I'll have you come up and you can do some singing or whatever like that. I got no problems making disputes on the copyrights. I've been doing it all along. Oh, that's another thing. A while back, there was a lovely person who put me on to. I gotta go to the. My channel, the content, videos. Lisa Stanfield. one of our great community members asked me to do a reaction to Lisa Stanfield. I can't deny. It's a great song, and it's coming up at the end of next month, or at the end of March. The reason why it's taking so long to get that out is because of the copyright issue. For a while, it was blocked. I've gotten it unblocked. So now once it goes live, and I have everything else in schedule ahead of it. I have another week of comedy videos, or comedy comedy songs. 77 Ford Cortina. Yeah. Actually, I had a cousin that had one of them. It was lime green. And I actually did a safety check on that 77 Ford Cortina for a lemon meringue pie. They couldn't afford to pay me wages, but they knew I love lemon meringue pie. And I was like, oh, yeah, I dove into that. Super Bowl tickets are really expensive. Couldn't believe how much those tickets are priced. But for NASCAR, yeah, they're freaking expensive. Huh. I don't know why. I always reply to every comment. Whether it's just thanks, and like for the people that I know, like like the good people that are always being nice and being in my chat and my live streams and stuff like that. Yeah, you people are going to get great, like my full-blooded responses. New people and people that are, I don't know who they are, they're probably just going to get a thanks. I'll check it out, whatever, until I get more knowing them. But if they're going to be a bit of a bad person, then they can watch, but they can't comment. Yeah, it actually was an American car. It was a Ford. Yeah, it was a Ford Cortina. But it was actually a car that was shipped to the United States, and my cousin bought it and then brought it over to Canada, and I had to redo the safety check on it to make sure that it was up to Canadian standards. But yeah, like they get shipped all over the place. I reply to every comment as soon as I get it. I check my comments periodically through the day. Like 2-3 times a day. And I'll go through and reply to a bunch of them. And then once I catch up, then I go out and do whatever I need to do, or do other things. Like clean up, do whatever, go visit with friends, and stuff like that. And then I'll come home. First thing I'll do, jump back on YouTube, see if I got any more comments, and do some replies. So, but yeah, I did that safety check. It was kind of funny because, if memory serves me, all I had to do was change the back brakes, and one of the front pinions, or not pinions, ball joints was broken. So I had to put a new ball joint in. So, and then after that, there was it needed a couple of flasher bulbs. And my cousin, bless his heart, he's not with us anymore. He was a fun guy. He was a lot of fun to be around. He was a lot of fun to talk to. Great joker. And he was always trying to catch me on, practical jokes and stuff. And he was always just hanging over my shoulder while I was doing everything. I was like, Bob, you got to back off, man. Let me do my thing. Let me do my thing, and then we'll take care. Take care of everything afterwards. But just let me do my thing. Let me get the safety check done, and we're done. And he was like right there. His face was right there all the time. I was like, hey, I says, I noticed that your blinkers aren't working the greatest. I handed him the keys to my Monte Carlo, and I says, go to Canadian Tire and pick me up a can of flicker fluid so I can loosen the flicker on your turning indicators. Well, right away he gets in my car and he takes off. He blasts off to the freaking Canadian Tire. Well, flicker fluid doesn't exist. He was like, what is flicker fluid? I said, well, all I do is I just spray it inside the light bulb. I just unscrew the light bulb, spray it inside there, screw the light bulb back in, and then I put the light bulb back into the socket, and it works. He said, oh, wow, that's cool. So off he takes to Canadian Tire. And Canadian Tire, I had sent so many people there for flicker fluid. That was basically a standard. If somebody went to Canadian Tire or any of the stores around that sold car parts and they heard the words flicker fluid, oh man, we just ran out. We just sold the last bottle yesterday or just an hour ago, or it was right here. All the mechanic shops were just filled with people who knew this practical joke. My cousin wasted $20 in gas going from store to 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 store, trying to find a can of flicker fluid. Yeah, the muffler bearing. Yeah. I forgot about that one. Yep. Yeah, your muffler needs a bearing. That's why it's so loud. Oh, there's a thing that spins inside there. The bearings of it. That's why that's George Perry. Well, thank you very much. I really appreciate that, my friend. I really appreciate that. Thank you very much. I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you very much. Yeah, I used to train people when I worked at the factory, and I had an agreement with my supervisor that if she ever had one of the newbies, one of the new hires, come up to her and ask her for the keys to the basement, then it was time to let this person, lay this person off, tell them, hey, you're not working out, and stuff like that. I'd send people to the supervisor to go get the keys to the basement on a 1-floor building. I tell them, go to the supervisor, get the keys to the basement. When you get into the basement, talk to the clerk down there and tell them that you need a can of checkered spray paint. And I actually had people leave to go find it. I actually had a person leave to go find a part stretcher. I had people freaking going all over the place looking for a left-handed monkey wrench. Like it was just insane. Like some of these people, they just did not get, get the work that we were doing. And I was like, I can't do this with this person. I can't get I can't get this person to I can't get the flow with this person. They're not getting anything. They're not getting the gist of the job. I'd be better off doing it without them. So I'd say, go to the supervisor, get the keys to the basement, and get me some checkered spray paint. And they, checkered spray paint, part stretcher. But when the person came up to my boss and asked for the checkered spray paint, she said she had the hardest time trying to keep her face straight because inside she was just dying. She was laughing so hard. Yeah, it was a good time. I had a lot of fun there. I had a whole lot of fun there. I enjoyed the people. I just did not enjoy some of the office staff that was thought they were better than everybody else. You know what I mean? Like you get them people that they granted they go to school for the education to be in those positions. Great for them, but when they come out, they have an attitude that they're better than the people that are creating the product to sell. That doesn't work. You need to have cohesion. You need to have management selling and researching the products so that you can have something to build for the future. And you need production to create, package, and ship those products. Those two have to be like the spokes of a wheel. They have to work like the spokes of a wheel. One can't be square and one can't be round. They both have to work together. 90% the white collar jobs can be replaced by AI 20 years ago. Hello, Walter. Yeah. The thing about it is a lot of the jobs they didn't get replaced by AI, they got replaced by China. China started doing them. And the downfall of middle class society basically taking the countries that we live in, United States, Canada, and even UK, and spinning it around. Now all we have is, the the white collar jobs, the high paying white collar jobs, and the medium wage or the minimum wage, burger flipping and physical labor jobs. We don't have anything in between. There's no hope to get to that middle. So there's no hope to get to the upper. It's sad. It's sad, really, because it's the blue collar jobs that build the it's the blue collar jobs that build the economy and keep the economy moving. Anybody who's ever studied economy knows that in Economy 101, the meaning of economy is the movement of goods and services for profit, for monetary gain. Yeah, society is really on its twilight years. And another form that it's on its twilight years, another way to show that it's on its twilight years is you take a look at these environmentalists and stuff like that. They're saying, "Oh, we got to fight global warming. We got to fight global warming." No, we don't. That's Mother Nature. Mother Nature is not to be messed with. Scientists have proven that the Earth goes through this wobble every 2,250 years. It starts off here, it goes to here, and it comes back. And that takes 2,250 years to do. Yeah. Yeah. Money goes to some people's heads too fast. And having that wobble, that's what causes global warming. It gets cold, warm, cold, back to warm, back to cold. That is Mother Nature at work. And here's all these environmentalists and stuff like that trying to get the governments around the world. Yeah, the Earth isn't going anywhere. We are. That is the truest statement. Have a great night, Nadia. I hope you have a wonderful day. Yeah, the Earth isn't going anywhere. We are. But you can't stop that from happening. You can't stop that global shift from happening. We don't have A, the technology, B, the manpower, or C, the ability. So why waste government resources and manpower trying to come up with ways to stop this from happening when it's not going to do? You can't fight Mother Nature. Mother Nature is a force not to be reckoned with. So, and I was watching a show about that, and they were saying, we can't do anything about it, so why bother? Just accept it. How about instead of wasting government money, how about we just make clothing weather appropriate? Then maybe you can make some money and create some jobs and get people back to work. But yeah, I think I'm going to get split in two. I got to get going. It was great seeing everybody tonight. I really thank you all. I appreciate you all. And thanks again, George Perry, for your generous donation. Yeah, well, Yellowstone ever blows its lid. Yeah, North America's pretty much pooched. That's all you can say. It's pretty much pooched. I'm going to get going. I really appreciate everybody. Thank you for being here. Thank you for understanding. Thank you for your wonderful comments in the videos. It's really helped me a lot. And I love you all. And until we see each other again, I wish everybody peace, love, and happiness.